right on time.
Yep, right on time.
Give everybody a minute here. It's Brown Distress Ink Day. So it's Distress Ink for coffee drinks. Distress Inks for coffee drinks here at Memory Bound. And welcome, happy Friday, TGIF, everybody. I'm here, I'm Kelly, and Memory Bound is located in central Iowa. We're kind of in between Minneapolis and Kansas City and Omaha and Chicago, right in the middle. And Teresa's here today with me.
Good morning.
So, hello, Teresa. I love that lavender. You know, one of our new T-shirts comes in that color.
Oh, really?
That is the next one I'm going to order.
I
is
do
that
like
one.
this
It looks
color.
really good.
Yeah.
You look warm and toasty.
I am.
And we had snow today.
I know. That's why I wore the sweater.
So it's a good day for coffee drinks and
Yeah.
just to kind of relax and get kicked off for the weekend. And that's what we're going to do. We have a new product to show and a new collection from Doodlebug arrived. And then we are going to, we don't have our lights on. But here's Doug.
They're not plugged in.
Happy Friday, Doug. He's getting the lights on.
I tried to turn it on, but it's not plugged in.
So we've got, oh, Teresa, we have so many people saying good morning. Deborah is watching. Karen says good morning. Nona's here from Nampa, Idaho. She says hello from Nampa, Idaho. Lovely ladies and Doug. You guys, it's so, and Ellen said the same thing. It's so cute how everybody says hello, girls and Doug or whatever it might be. So hi, Kathy, and our Janine is watching wherever she may be. She is not here. So Janine will not be answering the phone today, and Dawn's here, and we got lots of people. Mary, I see Lisa's here. So Teresa, let's start off by showing, we've been getting a lot of freight.
Oh my gosh,
I'll show you, we have these baskets filled here.
I didn't even see the stuff under the table this morning.
Yeah, we still have stuff.
I'm like,
Teresa was gone yesterday, so surprise, we got some things to put out today.
Yeah.
Which is good, which is really good. And oh, Chris says Minnesota got snow. And here's Diane with her coffee cream sweater. For sure.
You are the right color.
And I do not drink coffee.
Diane is not a coffee drinker at all. At all.
Just wanted to tell Kim, our good customer from Sioux City, happy birthday today.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Teresa. Happy birthday, dear Kim. Happy birthday to you. Teresa's covering her microphone.
I just didn't want to be my singing to be the thing you heard the most.
Kim, we hope that you have the most happy day today and enjoy it. Maybe do something crafty. That's what I would like to do on my birthday.
Me too.
Me too.
So thanks, Diane, for that special message in her coffee cream sweater. Janet's got a cup of coffee. And Teresa, I'll warn you, the messages are not, oh, okay, that one popped in.
They weren't going?
Sometimes the comments come in and sometimes they don't. And we try to catch them all, guys, but we miss them now and then. So we apologize if we miss them, but just say it again, and Janet is really good at catching them. Let's see. Ellen missed the snow. We got about, how many inches?
Three, I think.
We think we got 3 inches.
A lot.
And it's okay because it's not windy or cold out.
And it's going to melt in a couple days.
It's going to melt, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Well, Teresa, should we show these items here? And then we have a new Doodlebug collection we want to show everybody from Easter.
Oh, I was going to show this first because it's an 8x8 paper taker. And I bought this because I have the Tim Holtz. He has the 8x8 paper pads. They were the craft core.
Oh yes,
and,
he does have the original ones.
Because they just fall apart, and I tried putting them in cheap
they
bags.
curl
I didn't have
too.
anything. Yeah. And so I bought 2 of these, and I'm so happy. I love it because it keeps it all organized together.
That's under Totally Tiffany,
Yep.
and it's the 8x8 paper taker. And we also
and
have
other people have other 8x8s.
We have the 12x12 paper taker.
Yeah.
We have a lot of Totally Tiffany. So if you want to get organized, head out to our shopping area and storage and Totally Tiffany, because that's one of the things we've been having a lot of.
$16.49.
You can tell Teresa's a little taken with that.
Yes, I am. All right, we got this back in, All About a Girl. It's Echo Park.
6x6,
Yep,
and it matches
6x6.
your sweater nicely.
Oh, it does. Then we've got in some ladybugs. We have all those ladybugs over there.
And those stickers are puffy stickers.
They
and
are.
You'll find them under the Echo Park Little Ladybug collection.
And then
Oh,
we
we
got
got
a
other
couple of
stickers.
Sticko Happy Birthday stickers. We got a couple new birthday lines over there. So, oh, look at the puffy shapes, the hearts, the silver. Oh, we had these in gold.
We have gold, silver, and brown
I'm
just
gonna
came
have to
back
get
in. And
silver.
get ready for Coffee Week with the brown ones.
Oh, I like the silver. I kept looking at the gold, and now
That
I'm
looks
like
good with
glad
your
the
sweater,
silver.
too.
I know.
All right, I apologize for
silver gal.
Teresa. She tends to be shopping
Shopping, yes.
today while we're showing things.
All right, we've got some Doodlebug sprinkles, and
And those are swimming pool is the color on
yep,
those.
and these are glossy enamel dots.
That's from
This
Remember.
is from Remember. So people were asking
yeah.
about these the other day. So
We
they're
were
back
out of
in
those.
stock. Yep. And then the In Loving Memory ephemera came back in.
Those collections are just going crazy.
Yeah.
And that's part of this, Teresa.
Oh, okay. I'll wait for that. And then we've got some really pretty Graphic 45. It's called Grow with Love. These are rub-ons. And they're very pretty.
And it's new. They've not had
Yeah.
rub-ons before.
All right. Oh, look at this. A ticket book. Oh, I remember this.
Oh, I have that.
Do ya? I don't have this one. Shocking.
What?
I know.
Here,
I'm like,
here we go again.
Maybe
Teresa
I need
shopping.
Yeah, you get 104 tickets. Wow, for $9.99, and they're all different. That's pretty cool. I
They'd be
love a
really
ticket.
good.
I was thinking of using tickets in March on my color.
Teresa, Pat likes
about
your
color.
cable sweater, cable knit sweater.
Thank you.
It's really pretty, and it is.
All right, we've got some book rings, different colors.
And those are from Pink Fresh.
Nice to have different sizes on hand. And then we've got some page pieces, the football one and the track one. We must have been out of those.
And then flip them over and we'll be able to see a little bit better
sorry.
about what's in them. So we've shown the page pieces
Yep.
many times. And they have a big title. They have little pieces. You know how Peggy's always talking big, medium, and small?
Yep,
You get
that's
it
what they
all
have.
for
They're really
$3.49.
nice. All right.
Okay, and we have a couple questions. Oh, before you go to that, Cheryl said she just watched Katie Petit reveal her new kaleidoscope collection. So coming next week, that's a 49 in Market kaleidoscope, and then there's also a color swatch called Charcoal, which
I
is
saw
all
it
great.
on
I can't wait
Instagram.
to
I
see
didn't have
that.
time to watch it.
Yeah, so
this
those
morning.
are all ordered and coming here to Memory Bound.
All right.
Oh,
This is a wedding line?
yeah, I
a
love
perfect
I love the
match.
title.
Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? I'll just flip.
And we have all the individual papers too. So you can get the individuals or you can get the collection pack. And if you're doing a wedding project, it's nice just to get the collection.
Yeah. Oh, tags, nice.
It looks like you get
All
two
right.
of each. And then some more of the, we didn't have the 12 by 12 collection pack, and these other things we didn't have either. So
These are the puffy stickers for $6.99. Ooh. Oh, look at that. They've
like
got
that
some
look.
frames. Look at those frames. They're not connected at the corners.
so you could
That's
cut
kinda
them.
cool.
You could cut them down.
That's really fun. I like that. And then here are some stickers.
Love of my life, Lovebirds, a perfect match, sealed with a kiss. The adventure begins. Inside jokes.
This one says photo booth on the back because people say have photo booths now at their wedding. I think that's so fun. I
Yeah.
love it when people do that. I love a photo booth. Oh, here are gold sparkle enamel hearts. Those have a little sparkle in them.
The glittery.
Yeah,
Those could be for this collection or for other things.
for other things. Yeah, and these are puffy alphabets. Those are nice small size. I
And
like that.
This will all be found in our wedding category. I think I'm going to sort these out and put them in their own category today.
Some ephemera. We've got 2 packages of ephemera. I'll flip them around
show us
here.
the back.
It's kind of small on the back. I don't.
We're zooming in really well. There's balloons. There's like a tuxedo, a wedding dress. And this one's got more like tags and phrases.
Looks like there's some vellum words in there too.
Oh,
maybe.
nice.
Yeah.
It's a pretty neutral collection.
And here's some more puffy stickers. Very fun.
Save the date, love notes, just married. It's got the rings, the bow tie, the high heels. Very nice.
Oh, and then I didn't realize we have a 6x8. Oh, we don't get that very often. Is this the same?
Yeah.
It's got gold on it. It's a little different.
It's well, it might be a little different papers, but
yeah,
it's the same
it has
collection.
foil. Oh, this has foil too.
Tracy,
How did I miss it?
You're cracking me
Oh,
up today. You're making
There
me
is
laugh.
foil on the big one.
There are some
I
foils.
just didn't see it. It caught my eye on the little one because of the. I don't know what caught my eye on it. Something did. The
caught
hearts, I
Teresa's
think.
eye.
Those are pretty
All right.
Those
Those papers are a little different than the individual papers.
because they have
All
foil.
right, now this is another new collection from Prima. We have not had a new Prima.
Look at that.
It's called In Full Bloom. And can you open that package, Teresa,
Yeah.
to show us? While you do that, we missed this.
Oh.
This is the washi tape for a perfect match. Looks like you get 8 rolls. So that's part of perfect match.
Ooh, look what they did. They put paper on the back. They
Oh,
put
yeah.
cutie things on the back.
And this is
Oh, my.
In Full Bloom from Prima. And like I said, we haven't, look at that butterfly.
That is gorgeous.
Oh, I'm really glad we ordered this.
Robins.
And this is
Purple
kind of going
robins.
with your sweater too. Today,
Yeah.
Teresa.
Greenhouse.
And the back of that is gorgeous.
Perfect for garden photos or springtime. Oh, look at the lilacs. Oh, I love lilacs. Oh, a lilac tree. Very cool.
So that's part of In Full Bloom, and then we did get the 6x6 paper
cutie.
tablet. You know, it seems like spring is starting to happen around here. And these all
Except
come
for
up
that
close.
it snowed today.
Yeah, other than the snow outside.
The 3 inches.
These are chipboard phrases, and they are stickers, and they just have all kinds of In Full Bloom, Live Simply, Bloom Wildly, Spring Vibes, Delicate, Awakening, Bloom Your Own Way. I like Bloom Your Own Way.
Oh my.
I'm going to remember that.
Look at this. You get 5 ribbons.
And they're like fabric.
I'm going to have to open
Yeah.
this, Kelly, because they're not going to be able to, well, let's see.
They're
Interesting packaging they have here.
They go with this collection that we're showing you, In
But
Full
this
Bloom.
is pretty for just, oh my gosh, look at that. That is so pretty. I love it. I love ribbon.
And those are $8.99 for the
Oh
5
my
colors.
gosh. Look at that. Wonder what that kind of ribbon is. Is it like a twill?
Cheryl
or-
says beautiful, all in caps
Yeah.
with a bunch of, and you're
It
so
is.
right. You're so right. It is really pretty. And we have one more collection to show before we do our coffee inks. And it's up front, and we're going to walk right
Wanna
up
go
there.
up there?
And on the way, Teresa, we had a question about if there was a card kit for Remember.
Mm-hmm.
And here it is,
Oh, yeah.
guys. It's from Simple Stories, and it's called Remember, and we even have the cards. Chris made up the cards, and she will be creating these on the Tuesday the 27th right here on Facebook. So if you want to grab a kit, and you can make them with Chris, and she's got a little ribbon pack.
And the inserts.
And then we have our inserts from Janet that go with it. And that is $14.99 for the card kit. It makes 8 cards.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you asked that question.
I should probably say that I'm doing the card kit, the Fresh Air.
Tuesday, this coming
Yes,
Tuesday.
this coming Tuesday. And if you're going to join me to do that, there's a list on the calendar of the items that I'm going to be using. I use the ribbon pack that Katie used, so if you bought that for hers, you're going to have enough
you
ribbon
have plenty of ribbon
and
then.
dots left over. I'm using a Posca pen, hole punch. I'm hole punching some ribbon. I made in a little extra tag. I'm using glossy accents. I'm using an ink.
How are you remembering all of this?
I know. The ink is the one I can't remember. I think it's on the link.
It's
And is it
we know
cracked
what it is. Yeah,
pistachio?
it's cracked pistachio.
Okay. I used a different color because that's what went. And I like cracked pistachio.
And this
I
card
inked around
kit,
the edges.
this card kit is out of stock. We sold out of it, but we
Oh,
have more that'll
okay.
probably arrive after you do the class.
Okay.
Probably be here
But you can go
Wednesday.
back and watch it
Oh,
later.
absolutely. You can
Yeah.
always watch it. And that's the Fresh Air. So we got 2 more card classes coming up.
Yep.
It's Craft Along, Create Cards with Memory Bound. And oh my gosh, you guys, yesterday we had so many changes to the store. It got
I came in and I'm like, where's
it got
this?
so
Where's
rearranged. Like here's all the little ladybug from Echo Park got moved over here. And that's so darn cute. And oh yeah, now I remember what we're doing. We've got our spring and our Easter things out. So thank you, Katie and Penny. Maybe Peggy helped with it. I'm not really sure who was involved with all of this, but it looks good. And look at our St. Patrick's Day is all expanded. When we showed it, Teresa, on our store tour, remember, it was all crammed
Yes,
in on one little spot.
It was.
And look at here. Exciting new
Something
product for
new.
this. Oh boy. Okay, Doodlebug fans. If you liked Penny's demo yesterday with Snow Much Fun, this is the Easter collection.
Yeah.
And what is this called, Teresa? I feel kind of bad because I can't remember the name. Bunny
Hop.
Bunny Hop.
And you guys, the last line, they had an acetate piece. I don't know.
Is
It's so
everything
cool.
going to go with your sweater
I
today?
don't know. Apparently all the Easter items do, but the acetate with the polka dots is so cool.
Yeah, that'd be very fun to work with.
Heavyweight acetate.
And it is pretty heavy.
It is.
And they
It's
have
nice.
just plain clear acetate. If you just want some heavy clear acetate, they have that too. So this is Bunny Hop. Here's the 12 by 12 sticker.
Fun.
It is really cute.
Oh, look at the cute little bunnies. They're so cute.
It's got bunnies. It's got peeps.
Look at
it's
this
got bright
plaid. I
colors.
love the plaid.
What's on the back of that? I think it might be an important paper.
Cut apart.
So this has got titles and little images. Keep calm and carrot on. Almost springtime.
So this is spring and Easter kind of, right?
Yeah, I think so. You want
Oh, look at the carrots. I like that.
a
Ooh,
nice green plaid?
I like the plaid too.
You're going to like, Teresa is liking everything
do.
today.
I am. Look at these jelly. Oh, look. Wait, first the peeps.
Yeah, I really thought the peeps were cute.
So
We
cute.
should do a survey of who likes peeps.
To eat.
There's
you
a
mean?
lot of, yeah, well, they're really cute. But, and
They
you know,
are.
there was jewelry peeps and all kinds of peep stuff.
What was
that
I
came
going to
out.
show? Oh, the jelly beans. I like the jelly beans.
Teresa's going to show the jelly beans, and then she got distracted.
By the peeps.
And you got cute little
Oh,
bunnies.
these have chocolate rabbits. Oh, that's
and carrots
so cute.
and peeps hiding in the grass. And Janet just linked the whole collection so you can see it. What is this one right there?
Some more cut
Looks
apart.
like a cut apart. Oh,
Yep.
this is the journaling cut apart.
Yeah. And then it's got a nice stripe on the back.
Donna says too much sugar with the peeps. Boy, we used to get them in our Easter baskets.
Yeah, they have them in different colors now too. Oh, the
Oh,
tags.
here's the tags.
I always like the tags.
And those are nice if you're just doing little Easter treats or make a banner with them. There's lots of good things
and
you
it's
can
got
do
the
with
plane
those.
on the back.
Teresa,
but-
I'll just browse through here because we have all these doodle pops. And let me see if I can get out of the glare.
This one
That
has
one
a
looks like
shaker.
looks like we have a lot of those. A lot of that
Yeah.
one, or it's bulky.
Shaker pops. Blooming basket. Very cute.
And we've got the little Missy Easter Bunny with her basket and the sun.
Oh, look at
That
the
works
nice
for a lot of
plaid
things.
washi. Oh, I like that. You could use that on anything.
So there's
spring.
a little boy bunny with his Easter things, and then there's a little girl
Oh.
bunny. And then look at this little carrot house.
That's very cute.
I don't know what else to call it, but I
Yeah,
think carrot house
that's
is a
what
good
it is.
name. And then these are all the epoxies. Well, I guess there's another epoxy down here past the jewels. So there's jelly beans and flowers and two different little chicks.
So we have the collection pack, and then we have the 6x6 pack,
And we
and
have
then the what do they
Petite
call
prints.
that? The petite prints that match, and then the solids.
and we do
the
have the
solid
individual
pack.
solids too.
Yep.
So why don't you? Oh yeah, show us the
Flower
other
washi.
Oh yeah.
I like the plaid, but the flower one is cute too.
So do you want to show us those items
Yeah.
there, so we can flip them over and see the back? These are
This
bits
is
and
bits
pieces.
and pieces. This is Bunny Hop. Now I don't know why they have. Oh, I see. Okay, so that's bits and pieces. You get 73. Then there's the Chit Chat, and you get 98 of those. There's
Lots
some
of good
big
words.
words and banners and.
Kim said she just bought her dog Peep toys yesterday. It's
Oh
a big
my
thing.
gosh!
You know, Jerry's asking about coloring pages. I don't know that they had any here.
And this is odds and ends. You get 146 pieces in this one. That's a lot of Easter.
Very, very fun. And then they've been doing these epoxy stickers that are repeats, which I really like. And then we've got the little stickers, the mini
The
icons.
sticker books, yep.
And then there is a stamp. Oh, it's that carrot house
Oh.
where these bunnies live. And there's a
And
die
there's a
set
die,
for it too.
too,
But
yeah.
here's the stamp set. So there's their little house, and there's a little bird, and there's the two little bunnies and the little chick. And that has a coordinating die. And then the other die set, Teresa, that looks kind of interesting. So that is one of their dies that
It's called Doodle Cuts.
it doesn't have a stamp that goes with it, but it has all the dies.
Oh,
and a
I
peep.
see.
I think I'd buy it just for the peep.
There is a peep and grass, and that's very
and Kay
cute.
says there's new Squishmallow peeps. I'll have
I
to
don't
check
know what
those
that
out
is.
for the grandsons. They're really fun. They're like stuffed animals, but they don't really have
Oh,
arms.
I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. The smooshy pillows?
Yes.
Okay.
Evidently there's one for peeps.
Oh, that would be cute.
Okay, can you show the items you have for the cinch? We can do that. And Vintage Love Story, the card kits for the Vintage Love Story are on order. So if you would like one, let us know. Send us an email or give us a call and we'll reserve one for you. Okay, so that is the new Easter collection from Doodlebug. And then, so we should go back to cinch. And then thank you for asking about that. And there is no coloring pages for that. So,
Nope.
and Heidi, we're going to show you what we have for the cinch. Oh, and then Teresa, we have a question about the color on the plaid washi that we're going to have to go back to. So for the cinch, we have the mini cinch bundle, which is a really good value because you get the cinch and you get
All these
16 coils, and then you get some, like, I'm going to call it chipboard for your covers, and you get these little wire cutters. And is that $79.99 or?
Yes.
And it's $79.99, and we do have the regular size cinch, and that must be free. It's
Yeah.
either free or it's so expensive we can't afford it. That's what I always say. Well, we apologize. We don't know the price of the regular
The
cinch.
difference is that this one you can do bigger wires.
Yes, we can do the wider wire,
Right.
thicker books.
Yes.
They're asking about color pages from Photo Play. We don't have a Photo Play. Well, we do have. Okay, there's
haven't
no.
gotten any of
Yeah, we
those.
haven't gotten any. There's the Easter collections from Doodlebug, but we have a whole category online under paper that is coloring pages. So if you head out there, and I'm sure Janet can show it or link it here, you can find all the coloring pages that we do have. Okay, and then I think the other thing we have are the wires.
Yeah. So we've got a variety of sizes and colors.
And there's a whole category called cinch in our tools. Okay, it's $149.99. Thank you, Diane. Diane to the rescue, always,
Thanks.
always. And Janet just linked it. Okay.
Okay.
All right, well, Teresa,
So
we
we-
might be ready for our distress ink.
Do we have to look at the washi?
Oh, yeah, we need the color on the washi. We can show it again.
I think it's all the colors. I mean, it's the plaid.
It's quite a variety. And just an update on our Copic markers. We just placed a large order, and if we're out of a color that you're looking for, they'll be here next week.
There's pink and green and blue and orange and yellow.
There's no
And
purple for your
teal.
sweater.
There's no purple, but there isn't any purple really in the line. I mean,
Okay, so there's the
Yeah.
colors. And I
Right.
don't know, do they have any other washi tape around the corner here that might be plaid?
no, we don't have a lot
think
of
we've
doodlebug
sold out of
right
it.
now. Yeah. I mean washi tape, doodlebug washi. We have a lot of doodlebug.
We have a lot of
Not
doodlebug.
washi tape. I don't think there's any in Easter.
We're going right by there, so we'll have a look. We'll have a look as we go
See
by.
any? Nope.
We'll have to watch for that. I feel like we just did all this bright, cheerful spring, pinks and light greens, and now we're going to go to brown. So
Yep.
now we're going to talk about brown. And Teresa, I'll hand this over to you.
Okay.
We're kicking off our coffee week next week, crafting a latte with everybody next week. And so I thought this would be kind of a fun thing to do. And before we do that, is there a question?
No, do you want me to put it up here in the?
Not yet. We'll do
Okay.
it in a minute. Before we do that, I just want to remind everybody that Penny will not remind you, but refresh everybody that Penny, well, maybe not refresh you either, but tell you that we always like to talk about what we did yesterday. And these are Penny's pages that she finished yesterday off camera. And she did the 3x3 layout, which I particularly really love, and I was very inspired. And this was a sample to show you kind of how her thought process and how she did it. But she also had the bundle from, speaking of Doodlebug, here's our train.
Oh yeah.
Here we go to get us to this, and I didn't even think of it. So we do have the Snow Much Fun Doodlebug bundle, and it makes 6 layouts, 12 by 12 layouts, and we've got pictures of exactly how to make your pages if you want to do just like Penny's, or you can do your own thing too. And this is $34.99, and it's basically the cost of the product. We've just put it all together and then added the bonus with the ideas. So thank you, Penny. It was really a good one. Okay, so anyhow, we're kicking off Coffee Week next week. I got all my stuff here. We're kicking off Coffee Week, and I thought an idea I had was to look at the brown distress inks, because those are Tim's favorite. And he started out with, was Vintage Photo maybe one of his first ones? 20 years ago, his first release of distress inks came out, and he started with the brown. Well, he actually had some other colors, but he ended with Scorched Timber, which I hadn't used until recently. Well, they are recent, right? But
They're brand new.
I'll say it, till last night, okay, everybody, last night.
I like the Scorched Timber. I've used it a lot.
And he said this is the last color, and he said brown is his favorite, and that's why he went out on a brown. Came in on a brown and some others, and went out on a brown. So we're pretty excited. And with Coffee Week, people were asking, what colors of inks do I need to use with the coffee bundle? What browns? And really about any brown, and I'm going to show you examples. And I think I brought a coffee. People are asking because our other bundle we have is the coffee bundle. And I did do a lot of inking on these projects, and we're going to show you some samples and different colors. And you might have some of these inks at home already, and maybe you'll come up with a new idea on how to use them. And I'll show you some other ideas. And I will credit our friend Maggie, who's not here this month, but because I did learn some things from her about mixing colors. So we're going to do that too.
Okay, we have some questions.
Okay, all right.
Take a breath.
All right.
Are we getting more of the Stamperia paper in?
We are getting more in,
The
but it
paper
is
pack.
on back order.
Okay.
So I can't tell you when, unfortunately.
The coffee and chocolate one.
Yes.
Yes.
So that is coming. Good
Okay.
question.
Yes, and everyone likes your shirt.
Oh, I didn't
You didn't
mention.
talk about
I know
that.
I didn't.
So-
I got my short sleeve V-neck on today. Yesterday I had on my long sleeve crew neck, and this color is called Stone. And Diana has hers on too, so we should ring the bell and have Diana come and model hers.
And then someone wanted to know if the cinch will punch thin metal, and I believe that it will.
Yeah, it will. You know, maybe one sheet at a time.
Yeah.
But it definitely. Oh, Diana,
Yeah.
come on over. We want to see your shirt.
Oh.
Okay, so Diana also has on a V-neck, and she's got, I'm not sure what color, but she's wearing a gray. So we've got the same.
Yeah, I think
We've got the
it's
same thing on. We're just in
Yeah.
different colors.
different colors.
Very nice.
And it's been fun to see all the colors.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
those were delivered a couple days ago, so you'll be seeing them a lot on our staff and customers. I know a lot of you have ordered shirts.
I think this one is dark heather gray.
Yeah.
Okay, Diana's
Heather.
is dark heather gray.
Is what I.
That's good memory. I couldn't remember the color of mine. I do know this is stone because I had another one this color. And you guys, I just happen to have the sweater in my closet, and I think
It looks so
goes
good.
pretty
Yes,
well.
It does.
But this also, there's a shirt that's the color of Teresa's sweater, and I think Kendra might have ordered that. And Teresa, I got to go get it, so I'll be
Okay.
right back. It's in somebody's mailbox back here.
We'll just look at the browns.
Yeah, you talk about browns.
So we've got antique linen, frayed burlap, and Kelly stamped these in inks and oxides, and she's going to talk about that. And Gathered Twigs is my go-to. And now I am really liking the Scorched Timber because I never really had a dark brown before. And so now I'm really into the Scorched Timber, and you guys have seen that I've used it a lot lately. It's on my table, so if I reach for a brown, then that's when I reach for my Scorched Timber.
All right,
Ooh,
so
look
we're
at
going to go
that.
from brown to lilac, because look at this one, you guys. This is Val's, and it is lilac. And this is the next one I'm going to order. But isn't that pretty with the logo on it?
Yes, I
really
like it. Somebody said, ooh, there's a Crafting More in 24 apron.
Yes, there is an apron out there too, so there's options.
So someone wants to know if she ordered a shirt, if she's going to get an email when it comes.
You will get an email from the t-shirt. The t-shirts are printed at a third-party place, a local store here in Ankeny, and they print them, and you can have them shipped to you directly if you want, and you would be paying them shipping, or just have them sent to Memory Bound, and you'll get an email that they're ready, and then we'll call you when they come in, and we can either put them in with your order, or if you're coming into the store, we'll just hold them for you till you get here, and you'll probably get in your car and come right away to get it. Okay, any other questions, or are we all caught up,
We're
Teresa?
caught up now.
Okay, so I had some notes here. So I picked out 9 browns. So there's a couple that I'm not using today, but I picked out 9 different ones, and I've got them set up here light to dark. And then I have pumice stone, because I decided last night that pumice stone is just a little different compared to some of the browns. But I have oxides and distress, so I want to show you both of those. And with all of them, I have made little sample cards where I have stamped with the regular distress ink on the top and the oxide on the bottom. And I think you can see the difference on the craft paper really well in this example, especially. Because the distress ink just kind of soaks in, but the oxide has that pigment. It's a blend of pigment and regular ink. And it's got a little, so the pigment allows the color to kind of, I don't think the word is float on top of the dark colors, but it does not soak in. And it's
So
good
you get
for
a
heat
truer
embossing,
color.
right,
Yep.
Teresa? Teresa and I both feel like you can't really do a lot of heat embossing with your distress inks, but with your oxides, they dry slower because of the pigment, and they're better for heat embossing. Some people heat emboss with this, like Tim, but I don't know how he does it.
You got to go pretty fast, I think.
Yeah, you got to go really fast.
I'm not that fast.
Really fast. So let's.
And then the distress and oxides are water reactive, so they are not waterproof. They're going to react to water.
Right. So if they get wet, they're going to do some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Unless you don't want them to get wet.
Then you need to use an archival ink if you want something to be water resistant, waterproof.
So if it was sitting last night on our counter next to our stove when I spilled my glass of water all over our mail,
Oh no.
then you probably would have had some brown ink running.
Yeah.
So I had the mail laid out all along the kitchen to dry overnight, and it did. It's fine. Okay, let's see. Teresa, I want to show your charts here too.
Okay.
Because this is a lot. I used all of these colors, and then I think I might have a couple more. But Teresa does this every time he comes out with a new ink, and it's really nice because it shows you relatively where they fit into the color and how they are a little bit different. You know, do you need 9 browns? Probably not.
Tim would disagree with you.
He's probably not watching, so I can
No.
say that. But maybe you want 9 browns
Yes.
or 10 browns, because maybe you want to collect the whole distressing.
Yeah.
I now have all the browns. I
Oh.
never had them before, but
Yeah.
I do now. And they are all a little bit different. And these are the charts that Teresa did for us earlier. And they include they include the grays and the blacks, and we're not using those today. But you can see how the antique linen is really very light. And then I'm not using old paper or tea dye. I left those off of my list. But everything else, brush corduroy. And it does remind you a pair of brush corduroy pants. I don't know why, but it does. Maybe because it's called brush corduroy.
Yeah.
And then vintage photo is the brown that I go to mostly. And I know a lot of people love gathered twigs, and that to me is a true brown. And then you've got frayed burlap that's a little bit lighter, and then you got your darks. I call them your darks. You got your walnut stain, ground espresso, and then the new scorched timber. And I made some charts too. So let's start out. Do we want to put the thing in the thing? Yeah, let's
Kelly, I don't know what that means.
let's put that in the holder.
The
Let's do
thing
it.
in the thing?
Yeah, let's make it easy, and we're
Okay.
gonna clip. Let's clip
Oh,
it
the
up
phone
here.
and okay.
Teresa, don't you know what I mean?
don't know what you mean. Okay, just hold on for a second, guys. All right.
So I thought maybe it'd be easier to show you some things like this.
Okay.
I thought maybe it'd be easier
Oops. How do I turn this off? Okay. Okay, got it. All right, Kelly's going to go
gonna
back
flip
through
these.
her ink, so we'll
Yeah.
have the colors. She has more than 3 to 5. It's
I got
So
9. We got
Yeah.
9 here.
we'll get the colors.
So
Again.
and so we're going to start out. We've got antique linen, which is the lightest color, and I've got it in the distress oxide and the distress. And you guys notice I've got my labels on my inks.
Yes.
Whoops, I got to do it this way.
It's very helpful to
And
have
we
those
do
labels.
have label sheets. You can download this from Ranger yourself and label your inks. But look how nice it is, because I thought I had these all showing, but if I've got these in my pile or in my box, and there is a storage box for these that Tim's designed, and Teresa can grab that, I can easily know what I'm getting, if I'm getting frayed burlap or antique linen. And if it's got the gray, then that's your oxide, and the black is your distress. And here's a storage tin, and you guys, Teresa you brought yours a lot, Teresa. And it's really nice because it does hold 15 different inks. I have 18 here, so I would need another one of these. But it's a really nice tool, and it is $13.99, and they do stack. So you can stack them on top of each other. You can sit them up vertically if you like. So that's a nice thing. So antique linen is the lightest.
And you remember that the oxide packaging is gray and the distress is black. So that's an easy way to remember when you're doing that, as well as the re-inkers. The lids on the re-inkers are gray, and the regular
I did not
ones.
I brought my vintage photo re-inker because I thought we could re-ink it today.
Yeah.
I didn't bring it oxide. So so your lightest is antique linen, and then I would say frayed burlap is going to be your next lightest color. And then from frayed burlap, you're going to go to, I think we'll break it down into 3s. Then you're going to have brushed corduroy. And aren't these all great coffee colors? And I don't think I told you guys, but I do have my coffee today. Thanks to Doug. It's even got his name on it. And I'll show you my special drink that I always get. It's always decaf, and it's a grande mocha and 2 pumps of mocha and no whip. I feel like I'm saving calories if I know, he thinks that's kind of lame. So there's our 3. Antique linen. The top one is stamped with the regular distress, and the bottom one is with the oxide. And then I went ahead and I did the same thing on craft paper, so you could see it on a dark paper. So those are the 3 lightest colors. And that brushed corduroy's got kind of a little orangey, kind of like vintage photo. And we're going to use these, but I just kind of wanted to show them to you first. So let me get these put back, and then I'll show you the next 3. Then you have your gathered twigs, which is a huge, huge one, isn't it, Teresa?
That's the brown I use a
vintage
lot.
photo. I'm going to leave those 3 there. So gathered twigs and vintage photo are probably our most popular inks. And
I used to use vintage photo all the time until gathered twigs came out.
And then you like
then
gathered
I
twigs?
switched, yeah.
You can see there are pretty darn close. Vintage photo has maybe a little bit of orange, maybe a little more orangey. Gathered twigs is your true brown. If you want one brown and you want it to be a true brown, gathered twigs would be a great one to go with. And I'm going to tell you guys a funny story, and this happened more than once, where when we had classes here in the store, and Maggie would say in her class list, you need to bring gathered twigs. We had people that called because they wanted to know what kind of twigs to bring. So it was quite funny that they weren't getting it as an ink pad, but thought they had to go gather sticks. And then to make it even funnier, there have been many times when Maggie has gathered sticks for her classes. So you never know.
Dawn says that it's interesting that on some the regular distress is darker and on some the oxide is darker. And you know, Tim has talked about the colors. It really depends on the chemical the chemical compounds that they use to make the color. And you will find that with other colors in the line too. Like I know purple is a hard color to make. Yeah. It's probably why there's only like 4 purples. So yeah.
That is a very good comment. And I honestly was a little surprised with that myself. So then these are the 3 darker colors, and walnut stain is the lightest of the dark colors. And then ground espresso used to be our really dark brown. And then scorched timber joined the family. And that is really dark. Yeah. And Teresa, when you've used this and you have put water on it, doesn't it kind of some green undertones?
It has a little green undertone that comes with it, yes. And it's maybe that's why I like it, because I like green.
Why do you?
Yeah.
And there they are on the craft paper.
Oh, Kelly, squirrel moment. Christina says Duratio sticks. Yes,
oh
we did
my
talk
gosh,
about that.
Yes, thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah,
that
Christina,
is
we did talk about that.
That is so true. Oh my gosh, that's so true. Okay, so there's the dark ones, and then pumice stone is kind of its own person. That's what we say about one of our grand dogs. He's his own man. But pumice stone is more of a taupe, because if you put it with brown, I decided last night it looks kind of gray. And if you put it with gray, it's going to look brown. So it's a really nice light color, and it goes with everything. And Maggie calls this her spring. This is her spring color for distressing. Otherwise, I believe she uses gathered twigs a lot. Okay. Oh, thank you, Teresa.
Somebody asked.
Well, I've been stamping these with the new stamp set called Love Notes from Tim Holtz. We just got it back in stock. It sold out, and it's back. And I just thought it would be kind of fun. And since we're talking about this stamp set, I'm going to show you another sample that I made, because all of these use this stamp down here in the bottom right corner.
Super cute.
And then I picked out this stamp. It's got kind of a scribbly corner. And that's what I did on this sample here. And I'll show you the difference. Let me see what colors I used here. Antique linen. So antique linen and scorched timber and gathered twigs.
And Kelly, it is a great idea to make swatches like this. I do it at home every time a new color. A long time ago I had a flower stamp that I used, and so I have it stamped on all the colors of ink that I have. Like
this.
Yeah. So when I go to
I love that.
To use an ink, I look at my swatches first and to
Teresa,
match or
let's
decide.
Show this sheet.
Oh yeah.
Now we have this available that you can order. You can download it if you want at Ranger and print it yourself at home, and that's perfectly fine. We have it printed on a 80-pound smooth acid-free white cardstock, and it is laser printed, so it is waterproof. So if you want to get that, I think it's like $1. It's 99 cents. But we do have that available along with those color. Did we show the color stickers? I don't remember.
No, we didn't. You talked about them, but
we're just jumping around today. So thank you for bearing with us. We also have, I think I showed the labels.
Yes, you did.
You did on the ink pad.
Janet linked it.
You can get this if you want. Again, you can download it yourself. We have it printed on a solid sheet of sticker paper. So you would have to cut them apart and then peel off the backing and stick them on your inks, and that's what I did. I labeled all these inks last night, you guys. It was so fun.
It's very helpful when you have it in the tin, because then you can see the label shows up, and then you can find the color that you want.
So I was going to show this example. So this is the distress inks, and I used gathered twigs, antique linen, and scorched timber. I used 3 colors, and I'm going to tell you about that because I learned that from Maggie. And then I did the same thing with the same colors with oxides, and I'm trying to get it close, so hopefully you can see it. I'll get it up there. So the one on the left is oxides, and you can see that it looks more chalky or powdery, and that's what oxides do. And then I stamped it with the scorched timber distress ink and that love note stamp. So that's just an example to show you the difference. Sometimes you can see it better than you can on something like this. And that was the little scribbly stamp. We just got these in yesterday, you guys, and Diane was looking at it this morning, and she goes, I think I'm going to have to get that stamp set.
Yeah, somebody else just said that too.
There's been lots of really neat samples.
I'm going to use it a lot, I'm sure. You'll see it again and again from me because it has good hearts, sketchy hearts, solid hearts. I like them all. Linda says she has hers on a ring that she brings in her purse so she doesn't buy duplicates.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, that's a good
Very
idea.
Good idea. I love that.
Linda,
idea.
I want you to also know that on Tim's website, he has a area that you can go into under products where you can actually put the colors that you have into your phone. So you can put the re-inkers, the oxides, he has everything really, but I find that helpful too to have it in my phone. So,
okay, so then I was going to show you another thing. These are both the same inks. You guys, I brought in black soot. It is not a brown, but I brought it in anyway. But these are the same inks, and I'll show you how I made this because they do look different because this edge has been distressed with the little Tim Holtz distressing tool. And we do have those. Are they like $7, Teresa?
$6.99, yeah.
So they're $6.99. They're black now. Mine's a little older, so it's red. And they last forever. And I know some people have put a little ribbon on here so you don't lose it. Teresa does that. So basically I took those 3 colors and, oh, I'm going to have to get my mat dirty. So I'm going to have somebody get me something to clean it with. And I've got my black soot here. You know what? Could you get me some baby wipes? Pretty please, Diana. Diana's going to get us some wipes so we can use that. Let me scooch this up so you guys can all see this really well. So I'm going to use 3 colors, and I'm going to start with the lightest color first. And I'm bending down to get myself a brown blending tool. Oh, maybe I'll just use this one. So I'm just using the little blending tool. Oh, Teresa, should I use the new one, the little one?
Sure.
Okay, here's the new little tiny. This is mini and this is tiny, and I haven't used it ever before, but we're going to start with our first color, which is brush corduroy, and we're going to ink it up. And then when you do ink your edges, you just want to go in from the side like this. And the tiny one is nice for little, ooh, this is juicy. A lot of my inks got rejuiced. Rejuiced.
Re-inked?
Re-inked. Thanks, Diana. So I'm going in from the outside and I'm doing the lightest color first, and then I'll put my lid on that one. And then I'm going to go with the walnut stain and do something a little darker. And this time I'm going to use a brush. You guys, I'm just using everything, and mainly because I don't see my other brown thing. And then I'm going to bring in my darker color. And what I learned from Maggie is that if you use more than one brown, you're going to get a lot more depth in your project. And I think that is so true. Now, if you're using a brush like this, you hang on to the head of the brush. You don't do this because then it bends, but hang on to the head like this, and it gives it a real smooth, feathery blending. And that looks pretty good right there. But what I discovered is I like to bring in a little bit of black. And you can, if you want to just like hit your edges with the black, you can do that. And it just gives it a lot of depth by using different colors. Now, I used to just use one brown, and it was always vintage photo, and we could do that. So if we just use one brown and we just use walnut stain, and we'll just show you the difference here.
Beth says she needs a bell on her craft table to have someone bring whatever she
Bring me a
needs.
beverage.
Yes, can you refill my drink?
Okay, so here,
Mine would be, can you find what I just lost on my table?
so I think you can see the difference between, this is just one color walnut stain, and this has got our 3 colors with a little bit of black soot on top. And you can put as much ink or as little ink as you want. And I think a lot of my browns are pretty juicy because they got re-inked when we were working on our distress brackets. Hey, and make sure you put your right lid on the right ink, especially when you're re-inking. Look at the back and make sure it says black soot and
Or
black
your label.
soot. Yeah, or your label.
Get those labels on there.
Now, this one looks different because I took my distressing tool and I just went like this and roughed up the edge before I inked. Now, you can rough it up and leave it just like it is. We'll just rough up a little bit of it because you don't need to see me do the whole thing. So then when you ink it, it just tends to be a little more, got a little more going on. So we'll add our brush corduroy. You get that kind of rough looking edge. And you can see that I think it just makes it look more dimensional. So you can just ink it plain, or you can rough up the edge and then ink it and it'll just look a little more dimensional. And you can even do that edge piece with, if you happen to have a cut apart, and guess what, I do. It doesn't have to be cardstock. You can rough up something like this. We really need Maggie here to do this, Teresa.
She likes brown like
And there's
Tim.
little blades inside the tool here, and you just rub the little blade along there. And it's nice because it's safe. You don't have like pointy blades sticking out that you're going to stick yourself or stab yourself, or somebody picks this up and gets cut. And the corners are tricky, but you just kind of hang on tight around the corner. And then you can leave it like that if you want, or you can add, like, this is light, so I would put a lighter ink on it, like maybe antique linen. Let's see. I'm going to use this one. And you know, everyone, you can always put more ink on. You can't, well, I guess you could take it off if you got it wet. You could take it off a little bit. But there's just antique linen, and all it did was just darken the edges a little bit, but maybe that's not enough for me. So I might go to my brush corduroy next, because maybe I want it to be just a little bit darker. And then you're going to see how we've changed up this whole thing. So this will give you an idea. I don't think I have another one that's exactly this color, but it started that white color there in the middle. And now look what we have. And look how much better that's going to look on there. And if you want to throw in your black soot, you can take your little black soot. And there you go. I like that. Look at what a cool little thing we just made, everybody. Okay, so that's doing little edges. Now this is a little coaster that I made, and you can see this dark brown. I have roughed up the edges, and I added scorched timber around the edges. When it's something really dark like that, you're going to want a darker ink like scorched timber, or maybe you're going to hit black soot, or you could do ground espresso. And if you have something dark, like I just happen to have one here, and this one does not have the edges roughed up at all. So let's see, I'm going to take this. I'm going to show you what it looks like. So I'm grabbing ground espresso, and you're going to see that it doesn't really show much on the edges. It does a little bit. It does a little bit. Let's try scorched timber. Now I'm using the same tool because these are all browns, but if you've used scorched timber on your distressing tool, it's pretty dark, and I don't think you're going to want to bring in and put this in antique linen. You're going to need to get a new foam or just clean it off. And so there you can see how it's going to look with just the ink versus having it roughed up a little bit. And I think I have a fingerprint on there too. So when I clean mine, you can clean them with a mild soap. And sometimes I just go like this, and look how dark that is.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty dark. So sometimes I do that if I have a darker brown. Scorched timbers, wouldn't you say it's kind of the exception, Teresa? It is really dark.
It's pretty dark.
It's
you could
dark.
just spray it with water. I just spray mine with water and then rub it on a microfiber cloth. But
oh, there was one opened already. Okay, I want to wipe off my mat here real quick, guys.
yeah.
Is there any questions that have come in or anything?
No,
that
but people
wanna
are
see?
really, they're saying it's very helpful.
Oh,
so
good.
they're liking this
I'm glad.
demonstration.
You know, we never know. We did a post, I don't know how long ago, where we showed you all the different blending tools, the brushes and the different foams. And we
Janet's
had the
been
little
linking
finger
them.
ones. Oh,
Yep.
she's the best.
The little one is the new one. This one. And it is. I've been using it, and it's very helpful when you have little things, little
It's $4.99. I'm not really
die cut
doing
things to.
this. Probably my use of this probably isn't the best because I'm not really doing tiny things. But they're really cute, and I will tell everybody that the foams, the replaceable foams, are out of stock for probably 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, but you
You
get
get
four with.
so you're good to go.
Yeah,
You're
we've
good
got
for a
plenty of
while.
those in stock, and they're really nice for little things. I have one on my table now, and I reach for it all the time, which I didn't think I would, but I am.
So this piece here, I wanted to show you this background paper with all the little coffee words. I just wanted to show you how different it looks when you add ink to it. So you could go with it as it is, or you could ink it up and turn it into something different like this. And, oh, is there a question?
Can you talk about what's in the coffee kit?
Absolutely, yes. We will talk about the coffee bundle. I'm trying to think if we have anything else that we need to show. Oh, there is something else I wanted to show with this. And then I'll grab the coffee bundle, and I'll be happy to show you what's in there. So we've done a lot of cardstock inking. You can also ink your ephemera. These are the journal cards from Tim Holtz, and oh my gosh, we've done so much with these. They're $11.99, and you get, I think, 4 different sizes, and you get 100 pieces for $11.99. And what I was going to show you with those, because a lot of times you're going to use your browns to kind of distress these a little bit. So I've got 2 here that are very similar. And what I'm going to do is we're going to ink them both up with a different ink recipe. And then you can kind of decide what you like the best. So one of them, I'm going to take my little sanding tool and I'm just going to sand the edges. Now I could, well, I'll tell you what, I'll sand half of them, and half of it I will rough up with the distress tool. And then you can see the difference. It's nice to see the different things. And you know, you could even maybe sand it a little bit over the top if you want, make it, you know, really distressed. So this half we're sanding, and it's going to look like that. And here's an original. And then this half we're going to take our distress tool and we're going to really rough it up. But those are both ways that you can do something a little different with your edges.
It's going to give you a little bit of a white edge, so the ink is going to grab on a little bit more.
Exactly. Thanks, Teresa. So we'll rough this one up. And one of them is going to look a little rougher than the other. One of these things is not like the other, that's for sure. And you can rough these up as little or as much as you want. And you can even tear them a little bit. Teresa, I'm afraid we're going to have to vacuum over here. Okay, so this side we sanded, this side we used the distress tool, and this one we have done nothing with. We've left it as is, and they're both kind of the same colors. So Teresa, what color inks do you think we should bring in here and do? in your professional opinion?
Have you used frayed burlap very much?
No, I
That's a
don't.
color
I don't
we
think we
haven't
have.
used.
Let's use frayed burlap.
I don't remember you mentioning it.
I don't think I did. So we're gonna
It's not one that I go to, so I'd like to see what it looks like.
Well, and that's what we want to do. That's what everybody
Yeah.
wants to do. So here's our frayed burlap samples. Remember, the bottoms
Okay.
are oxides, the top are
It's a
ink.
nice brown.
Should we do
Little
maybe
lighter.
frayed burlap and antique linen?
Sure.
We want to mix them.
Yeah.
And we're going to do our lighter color first. And I don't know if that's really a thing, but that's what I like to do.
That's what I always do.
I've got a few crumbs in my ink pad, I think, from my sanding. So, and you know, before we do that, you can leave it just like this if you want.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Teresa said, you have that white showing and it looks a little distressed. We're not doing that because we're talking about distressed inks and coffee drinks. So we're going to add, now the antique linen is the lightest. So that's the one that's going to be very subtle. And if you have light paper, I would go with that.
Yeah. You know, and I just never think of antique linen as a brown, but that's where Tim puts it. I always think of it as
do
a
you think of
cream.
it, cream?
A cream. I guess because I use it when I do the no-line watercolor.
I think you can see,
But-
definitely see a difference
yeah.
here. But let's do this one too. And I'm using the brush. I think the brushes are kind of nice because they're feathery. And I did bring a set of brushes over, Teresa. I think they're sitting.
Oh, yeah.
I brought over the ones from Spellbinders because they're a pretty good deal. You get 3 of them. It's a 3-pack, and they're the size that I'm using, and they're $11.99. And there's a lot of other brush options, and you might already have some. Brushes, I think, are nice if you want a lighter coat. And you don't get oh, we should show that. Sometimes what you get, you know, the circle.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm using my mat here, and so I'm inking from the side of my mat. So there's our antique linen on both of them. We got our roughed up one and our plain one. And then I'm going to grab this because I want to show you what happens sometimes with these. If you just start, let me ink it up. So now we're doing frayed burlap, Teresa's idea, which is a good one. Oh, and that's really dark on the back. So sometimes when you're doing these and you start on here, you get a circle. Now, why am I not getting a bad
Well,
circle?
I see it.
Like right there. So
Yeah.
sometimes that's why when you see me doing this, I'm inking up my
And
blending tool and I'm coming from the edge.
sometimes when you have a clean pad, they say to do this,
Oh, get it.
to
Juice.
work it into
Oh.
the pad.
Yeah, so I don't know if you saw that, but Teresa said if you have a brand new pad like this, and this one's pretty new,
That was new, yeah.
that they suggest you kind of do this just to get it get your
To
ink
work
spread in.
into the, yeah.
Ooh, I do like the frayed burlap, Teresa. I think that's pretty neat. So there's our frayed burlap. And you can't really tell that we sanded it anymore. So sometimes I go off the edge just to get the edges a little darker.
I like the edges darker myself, but it's really what you like.
Yeah, I do like frayed burlap. I don't know how to describe it. It is a little different. Okay, so now if you've got that, we did our frayed burlap, and then maybe you want to make it darker. So this end is what we used our distress tool. This end we sanded, and if you want to go back and sand it after you inked it, you can. And then this was our plain one. So it all depends on the look that you want. But what I think we should do is get our scorched timber.
I was going to say that.
Were you going to say
I
that?
like the scorched timber, but
And I'm going to just do my edges. I'm really juicy here.
you got a lot of ink on
I got a
here.
lot of ink on here. But this is going to make it nice and dark on the edges.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
So it's all your own preference. If you just like to do a little bit of inking, and it might depend on your project too.
Oh, definitely. That's why we have more than one.
Okay, so there it is when we added our scorched timber. So there's our 3 colors. And I can get those up a little closer so you can see them.
I like that scorched timber on there. That looks
You
nice.
know what? I don't think I really need the black soot. If you have the
No.
scorched timber, it does the very same thing.
Yeah.
So I think you could do that. Okay, I think we covered it all. I mean, look at the stuff that we've done today. Let me move my inks back. I've done such a good job keeping them in order, except I don't know where frayed burlap went. I think I mixed up my brush corduroy and my frayed burlap.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, and then we had a question about the coffee bundle, and I'd be happy to show you that too. I don't remember. Oh, I took that off of there, so we're just getting cleaned up. And we had these that we did today. Lots of craft paper.
Yeah.
We didn't even do white. I feel like maybe we should do a little white just to kind of show you, like, here's just adding a little bit of antique linen.
And Kelly,
We got to get going too, don't we, Teresa?
you were usually using the distress inks.
Yeah,
I didn't really use the
I didn't use the
oxides today.
oxides today.
Maybe on another day.
Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so there's our brown inks, distress inks. And Teresa, why don't we take this off? And I'm going to hand the phone back to Teresa. We'll spin her around, and then we're going to show you about the coffee bundle, because we're kicking off Coffee Week on Monday. And we're pretty excited about that. I got piles back here of stuff, guys, because I basically took all my coffee bundle scraps, and that's what I used today for some of our things. So I got a lot. Okay, so we're kicking off Coffee Week, and basically crafting a latte. Thanks, Teresa. Was that right in my face?
I was having a hard time focusing on you.
Thank you. So next week we're kicking it off, and we basically just have lots of different demos. We're going to be making some cards. Katie's got a gift card holder. Peggy has some amazing page layouts. Penny is doing some Copic coloring on some coffee mugs. And we do have a special bundle that you can get, and I'll just show you. And we're calling it our coffee bundle, Coffee Friends Product Bundle. And I think it's $35.99. And I'll show you what comes in. I better wipe this off before. Oh, Janet linked it for us. She's great. Teresa, I've never used this mat. This is my mat I brought from home, and I have never used it till today. First time. So I do like it. I love the way it just wipes up. I know you're so good about bringing yours in, Teresa.
Yeah.
Okay, so the coffee bundle, we'll show you what it has.
Kelly, did you just use regular craft cardstock, or is this the Tim Holtz heavyweight?
It's just regular cardstock.
I do like the heavyweight because I tend to use water on mine. You can use the regular, but if you're going to do water, and Tim says that you make your swatches on paper that you're going to use.
Well, perfect, because this is what I use.
Right. So if you use regular white and regular craft, then do it on that. If you're going to use the heavy stock and the watercolor, then you should stamp on those, because they do surprisingly look different depending on the paper that you use.
Okay, so in the coffee bundle, you're going to get 3 sheets of cardstock, and they're in here in the middle. And I call these the light roast, the medium roast, and the dark roast. So you get those.
All right.
And then you get, I think it's 4 sheets of coffee paper, coffee theme paper. And this is from the the Reminisce, but First Coffee collection. And we do have all of that in stock, and I just love it. I love these words, and we've got a dark paper with coffee cups. We've got our light to go coffee cups, and then we have our coffee beans. And then you saw that I used this on that little coaster that I made for today. And Teresa, I didn't bring the projects, but we can show you what's in the bundle. Oops. And then you're going to get craft card bases. It makes 8 cards, so you're going to get 8 craft card bases and 8 envelopes, because we always include envelopes in our kits. And you get this little square piece of coffee word paper and the little 3D sticker embellishments with a coffee cup. Look at this cute little mini composition book. It's so
Those are so
adorable. You're
cute.
going to get one of these.
They make great gifts.
And a coaster. Okay, now I want to give some information. If you got a coffee kit bundle, please look and see if you got the coaster. Because up until a couple days ago, I don't think these were in it. So if you got one of our first bundles, just let us know and we will mail one of these to you. And I apologize. I think it got missed. If they're there, I'm going to be really happy. And then Janet designed inserts for our cards.
Yay.
So we got Janet inserts. We have directions on how to make the 8 cards and how to make the coaster and the little mini composition book. And then we have a bonus because Katie designed a gift card holder and she's going to be showing how to make this on one of our
So the
days.
cards aren't going to be online showing.
We're going to make the
during the
cards
video.
one day.
We are,
We are
okay.
making the cards one day. We're making the gift card holder one day. We are not making like the coaster. We'll probably show it, but we're not making the coaster live.
Okay, so we're making some of the projects, but not all of
Yes.
them.
Oh, and then you
And-
get twine and some little jute. You get some little coffee candies, and you get one of these. And I just thought this was cute. I don't know what we're going to do with it, but I'd love to
I
hear
would
your
stamp
ideas.
on it. I
You
don't
could
know.
Stamp on it, put it in your album, whatever you want to do. But I thought they were darn cute, so we wanted to have them.
And then,
Okay, that bundle online is called Brewed Coffee Bundle.
Oh, I guess it's called Brewed Coffee Bundle online. So we've got a different name in the package, but Brewed Coffee Bundle. So, all right. Do we have any
So,
other questions?
yes,
Are we good?
so what inks are we recommending for the kit, for the brew kit?
That's a really good question, and we got asked that. When did we get asked that? A day or two ago? Let me look and see if it says. I think it says for your favorite browns. So your supplies that you need: scissors, trimmer, tape adhesive, small hole punch, foam tape, liquid glue, brown distress ink. So what I would suggest is I would have one that's lighter.
I can't wait to hear what you say because I'm like,
Well, I'm going to get the paper here. That's what I'm going to
Okay.
do.
I would say whatever you have, what you like, and scorched timber.
Well, that's
Try
true.
something new.
That's very true. I would agree with Teresa. I know with mine, I used a lot of vintage photo just because that's what I have.
That's what you
my
go to. Right.
So I used a lot of vintage photo, and I used ground espresso, and I also used antique linen because those I had at home. Now I have all of them, you guys. These are all
Yeah.
my new brown inks. Yes, I work here, but I did not have all the distress inks
I don't have all the browns.
until yesterday. So if you have a lighter brown or maybe frayed burlap, because some of the things are a little bit lighter, and like I said, I think it's cool to mix your browns together. And if you don't want to ink, you don't.
Right.
Don't get
It
a
really
brown- don't bring
depends
a
on
brown
your
ink.
style because some people
Right.
are going to ink a lot and some people won't ink. And the colors too, I think.
And Teresa, I just remembered something really quick. I want to show one more thing before
Okay.
we go.
And is the coffee cup gift card holder kits coming back in stock?
Yes, they'll be here today or Monday. So
Okay.
yes, they are. Those just were crazy, you guys. Okay, I wanted to show one more thing, and I'm sorry to do that to everybody because I know we're all
know.
busy.
Lynn says, can you get? So Lynn, I don't know if I missed something. You didn't finish your sentence.
That could be. Okay, the other thing I wanted to show was brown. You can mix your brown with anything. It's kind of like with Copic markers. You can get the grays, and you can mix those with any color, and it changes your color. So I'm going to grab my wild honey here, Teresa, and I just want to put some of this on here. And I've got a lot of crumbs on my table, so, and you can see my little circle marks because I'm going fast, but I just wanted to show you that that's wild honey. And then you could take your brown, and I'll just take walnut stain, and you can mix your brown in with any color.
Oh, I do that all the time.
And it's really cool, you guys. So give that a try.
Yeah. I'll use a color and then it's too bright, and so then I'll take my
Tone it
brown
down?
to tone it down a little bit.
So that was the other thing that I really wanted to show
Yeah.
today. Okay, well, I think we hit it, Teresa.
Yeah, someone wants to know if we're going to restock the embellishment pack for our card kits, mine and Katie's. I don't know if we have
We will see if we have the ribbon today.
Yeah.
We should be able to.
And
don't
the-
you think?
I don't know about the dots either, if we have those. I don't know where we're at.
We will see if we have the product for that today.
Maybe
we really
give us
don't
a
know.
call or email us.
Yeah, give us a call or send us an email and we'll try to get that. We'll try really hard. If we have the product, we will definitely do it if we have the product. Okay. And thanks everybody so much for joining us. Thanks for spending the week with us. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. And we're going to be back on Monday and we're going to be launching coffee time, everybody.
Yay.
So
Get your cup of coffee.
Get your
Grab
cup of
your
coffee
cup of
and
coffee.
cheers. Mine's going to the microwave right now. So everyone, thank you so much and we'll see you Monday.